Hey there viewers, welcome to Good Bad Weird, also known as the Great Bike Workshop, and today I'm just going to remove this derailleur. We were out riding out the back, Baz and I, up at Wombats, and for no good reason Baz's derailleur fell apart. Alright, so it's an electric shifting, the Di2, it's on his electric mountain bike, so we just need to take this off to replace it. I've already split the chain. That's a quick link, and I'll have instructions of how you separate a quick link on the video. So to remove this derailleur, it's just a 5mm Allen key. It can be removed here or here, depending on what the replacement derailleur comes with. I'm going to take it off here, and we just need to remove the wire cable here. There is an actual tool for removing that. Shimano have created their own insertion removal tool, but this just comes apart quite easily. It just pulls out, this one. So I will give that a good clean as well with some isopropyl. So that's the wire, keep that out of the way, and I just need to undo it here. It's pretty much there, and before I remove it I'll just get the chain out. There it is. So I'll get the new one and I'll show you how to install and set up a new rear derailleur. Welcome back viewers to Good Bad Weird, or the Great Bike Workshop. Here it is, the new Di2 XT electronic derailleur. So just going to fit this now. So this came with all the new setup. Let's get that on there. 5mm Allen key. And just as you put that on, just make sure this little part here is up and it fits into the existing hanger correctly. Alright, we've got the little cable. I've given that a good clean with the isopropyl. Now that is a good solid push onto the new connector on the derailleur. So just you might have heard that little click. It just needs to be a good click to ensure we've got a good connection there, and that's solid and it's a waterproof connection. Okay, so that's hanging there. So I'm just going to turn on the system and make sure it's recognised. Straight away, okay. So straight away the system's recognised the new derailleur. We're in the lowest gear here. So I'm just gonna sight the travel, and just by eye I'm just going to sight that this jockey wheel here that guides the chain up onto your cassette when he changes gear, I'm just going to eye it off just to make sure it's actually in line, and it actually needs the limit screws. So we've got the upper and lower limit screws here on the derailleur, and they just need to be adjusted slightly. So I can see that in the lowest it's probably going to bring the chain off the cassette too low, and it's actually going to hit the frame. And what I'll do is I'll go through and just eye it in the highest gear as well. So it's actually hit there, so I need to adjust this one. This adjustment screw here is going to bring it up and actually bring this jockey wheel so it doesn't hit any of the cassette, which currently is hitting the cassette. So I'll just bring it down. So I'll just get an Allen key and adjust that. So the idea of this one, adjusting this, it's going to bring it up. So the upper jockey wheel here doesn't hit the cassette. So it does need a bit of adjustment. And once we've got the chain on, and that's going to pull that into its correct position, so it's actually going to pull it away from the cassette as well. So I'm just eyeing off. I can see that that jockey wheel is going to bring the chain too far down and actually off the cassette. So I'm just going to wind this little limit screw in until it looks more, so it looks like it's lined up more. Oh, that's okay. And I just need to do it with the upper one. Here we are, folks. I've fitted the chain, and what I've had to do is wind this adjustment screw, which basically gives the angle of this derailleur here, and it gives the clearance of this jockey wheel to the cassette, particularly when it's right up in the low range gears, up in the biggest sprockets there. So I've had to wind that in a long way. I've done my adjustment screws here. The system recognises the new derailleur straight away. I haven't had to adjust it internally on the computer. And so it's slightly hesitating, just slightly, so I'll go into the computer and actually maybe adjust that just 1/16. You can adjust it in steps of 1/16, forward or back. So I'm going to do that and I'll show you how that's done. So here's our control unit. You can see we're in the smallest cassette, gear number 11. And what I'm going to do, I'll just show you how you get into that adjust mode. So you press and hold this one, and that brings us into this menu. And to operate, to scroll through the menu selection there, it's actually our left hand. So it's our left hand selector over here. And if we press up or down, we'll vary the direction that that moves in. And there's a few things you can select from there, and you might have seen before. There's our adjust. So we go to adjust, and to select adjust, we press this again, and you can see I've got that in -3. So traveling in the minus direction was making the derailleur travel further up into the larger gears. So obviously if you came down to the +16, it'll bring it closer to the smaller gears depending on where you need to go. So currently this bike's running really well in -3, and you just rotate the pedals as well. And to change the -3 or -4 or whatever, it's actually the right hand controls. So the short lever there is moving it in the negative direction, and the large lever is bringing it down into the positive direction. Alright, so I'm going to leave that at -3, and we just press that again, and that sets us back, and that would have kept it in our last setting of -3, and those gears are changing great now. Alright folks, there it is. That's how you fit a new electronic derailleur. If there's any questions, just leave questions in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching.